my name is Jamie Rue. It's the 14th day of NaNoWriMo, and I have 16,500 words. It's been a couple days, obviously. Sorry about any sounds that are coming from the window. Sorry about this lighting. Sorry about the background. I didn't feel like cleaning my desk. I also just don't have time to clean my desk because, as you can probably tell from just hearing me say how many words I have, I'm really behind. I'm supposed to be at 23,000 words tonight. That's so not gonna happen. I might get to 18,000. That's my goal. Hopefully I'll get there. I'll probably actually just end up being somewhere in the 17,000s, which is fine. But anyway, I want to talk to you about why I'm so behind. So for those of you that don't know, NaNoWriMo is an event where you try to write a book in a month. It's happening right now. It's not too late to join. There's a lot of people who write a ton of words in one day, so if you want to try starting a novel right now, you still totally can. So the concept of NaNoWriMo generally circulates around you have one novel idea, you're supposed to just write it. You're supposed to have an idea, you're supposed to go. And you're not supposed to look back. And that works fine most of the time, but then there's that 5% of the time where that doesn't work, and I happen to have stumbled into one of those this month. For some context, my novel idea this year is a paranormal romance between a girl and a ghost. Writing this book, I ran into a couple of complications around the 11,000 word mark. And I wrote myself into a corner, and there were sort of ways to get out of it, but overall, I wasn't liking the direction that the story was heading. Opening my laptop was kind of miserable, so at that point, I had a couple options. I could just keep writing what I was writing and hate it and eventually probably fix it, although I probably wouldn't really want to, so it might just stay like that forever. Or I could go back and I could change things. Now, that's really not what you're supposed to do during NaNoWriMo. You're not supposed to change things. You're not supposed to touch anything. You're supposed to chain up your inner editor and you're supposed to go. But sometimes that cost-benefit is not worth it. You'd be saving yourself a lot of time, sure, but you won't like what you write. You're not supposed to love everything you write during NaNoWriMo, obviously, but from the 10,000 word mark, if you hate it, if you look at your laptop and you go, ew, I see that as a problem. So I made a choice to go back to the beginning of my novel and change things. And that was a really, really tough decision. I've done that once before, the first time I ever did NaNoWriMo, but they were minor, cosmetic changes. The characters were initially 19, but now they're 16. Those changes are more superficial, but for this one, I changed the time period when the ghost was from, I changed the race of my main character, I changed some of the family dynamics, I added a friend, I added a friend's significant other, I've added a ton of stuff. And they're all things that I think strengthen the story. They're things that make it better. They're things that I think will allow me to eventually expand further on the world I already had in my head. And I really like it now. And I really didn't like the way that this novel was going before this. And it's just overall better now. And I don't hate myself when I open up my laptop, which is a really great feeling. So I guess it's kind of my advice to you. Most of the time, going back and changing things is a very bad idea. Clearly, I am 9,000 words behind. I like my story now. And to me, having to play catch up is totally worth it because now I want to play catch up and that's so much better. So this is really a decision that you need to make for yourself. You don't know where to take your story. You've written yourself into a corner. You don't want to add a weird subplot that makes it crackfic territory. You want to like what you're writing. Really consider changing something, and that's gonna be work and that's going to set you back, probably. It might not, but you're gonna lose a day, maybe two of writing. I lost a couple of days. I've also just been astronomically busy, which hasn't helped whatsoever. But I like what I'm writing now, and that's the point, and that's what this is supposed to be. This month is supposed to be fun. Of course I want to win. Of course I want to get to 50,000 words. Of course I want to have a complete draft by the end of the month. But even if that doesn't happen, I like what I'm writing. Don't feel like you absolutely can't change something. Also remember that for smaller things, you can go back and edit it after the month. If it was just you decided to make something mean something, or you added a character, just one character, if you're adding stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to change your whole story. But for me, I was changing so much that the first half of my story just didn't make any sense. So I made the choice to change it. But that's not the choice that you might have to make. So if you are having problems similar to mine, leave a comment down below. Maybe I can help you. I don't know exactly how much help I'll be, but like maybe even just as a place to talk about it, to vent. I hope y'all are having a great NaNoWriMo. I need to go right now because I need to catch up on my word count. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Alright, good luck writing, guys.